Hi everyone, my name is Shauna in case you don't know, and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be doing the Dystopian book tag. This book tag was created by the Abby Wolf and I will link their YouTube channel down in the description below. This is a very quick tag, but I thought it would be a fun one to do. I've sort of got more back into dystopian novels this year. I've been doing like some cosplays of characters from dystopian novels this year a little bit, like Katniss from The Hunger Games and Newt from The Maze Runner, so I thought it would be perfect timing to do this tag. The first question is favorite dystopian novels and or series. So generally I like most dystopian novels that I read, so this will be a really long list. I was gonna narrow it down more, but then as I was looking through my bookshelf I was like, no, I need to talk about all of these ones that I like. I can't narrow it down any further. So my first favorite one is obviously The Hunger Games series. I have no clue where the first book in the series went. I tried to scan my whole bookshelf. I could only find the third one, this one, and the prequel, so I may need to buy another copy. I don't know where it went to, but of course I love the Hunger Games series. I feel like everyone who's a dystopian fan loves this series. And then Divergent, love this series. I find it nothing like the Hunger Games despite what people say. Legend, this is another one of my absolute favorites. I love all four. I know that a lot of people don't like the fourth book, but I love it so much. And then we have the Maze Runner series. Of course I love this one. It's so heartbreaking, but so good. And then Scythe, which is my most recent favorite that's added to this list because I read this one earlier this year and I absolutely loved it. And then the Giver series, I actually only really liked the first book, but I don't actually own a copy of the first book. Whenever I read the first book, which I've read it like 4 or 5 times, I borrow it from someone else. This one was a 3-star read, so like the first one is so much better, but this one's still fairly enjoyable. And a lot of people don't know that the Giver series, which I think works out for the best because it sort of goes downhill after that book, but it is a series, so if you're curious about the rest of the series, then you should definitely check it out. And then we have Article 5. I still am in desperate need of getting another copy where you can actually see the cover. And then the City of Ember, which I haven't talked about in a while, but I'm hoping to finish the series this year. Yes, it's a series. It's another book that I feel like people don't realize it's a series a lot. I honestly forgot about the City of Ember until I was looking at my shelves this year, trying to figure out what are some series I want to finish this year, and then I found the other 3 books to this series on my shelf, and I was like, it's about time I finish this one. And then Matched, and it's actually the 3rd book in the series that I love. I thought that the first and second were just mediocre, but then the 4th one was like super amazing with the plague happening and stuff. I love that so much. And my final favorite dystopian novel is The Selection, but only the first one. Part of the reason I'm including this one in this list is because there's a character named Marley who I absolutely love, and while I wasn't a huge fan of the second book, I just have so many like positive feelings about Marley whenever I think of her. I love her so much. And this first book was a 4-star read. Like, it was really incredible, just like what happened in the second book. That was a mess. Next up is who would you want to write you in a dystopian novel? Let's go to Kristen Simmons, who is one of my favorite authors. So Kristen Simmons, every one of her characters I absolutely love. Like, there's no character that I hate, and she does a really good job of having bad characters like change and redeem themselves. So I'd really want her to write me, and her characters are really complex. So I'd almost want her to write me like starting off as a bad character and then like do her incredible like morphing and changing so that by the end I'm a good character. She's also just such like an incredible storyteller, and I would love to be a part of her world, although that's never gonna happen, but like a girl can imagine, you know? Next up is favorite dystopian character. I feel like everyone should know this by now. Newt from The Maze Runner. He is my fave. I love him so much. And then least favorite dystopian character. Back to this book, Teresa. I flippin' hate that gal. I rewatched the Maze Runner movies recently, and Teresa is better in the 3rd Maze Runner movie, but in the books and in the first 2 movies, like, girl, get out of there. I do not like you. And the final one is number 5. Pick 5 characters to be your zombie apocalypse team. So I sort of went with characters that I thought I could get along with and that I thought could help me in a zombie apocalypse. So I went less for characters that are my absolute fave and more for characters that I think could really help me. So I'm choosing Minho from The Maze Runner. He is just like so like powerful, and I feel like he'd just go in there with a weapon and just like get all the zombies, and he also has like such big experience with running really fast, especially in this book he like runs a lot, so I feel like if we get like swarmed he could just like run, and he seems really strong, so maybe he could just like pick me up and run so I can survive. So definitely going with Minho as my first character. My next character will be Triss from Divergent. So I'm going with Triss because she's strong, and I'm also going with her because she understands that sometimes sacrifices need to be done in order to save the better good. So I feel like if there's a tough decision, like, oh, this person was bit, do we try and save them, do we cut off their leg, like, or do we just kill them? Like, I feel like she'd be able to make those types of decisions because she understands the reality of the world, that nothing can be perfect, that sometimes people have to die, sometimes bad things have to happen in order for the majority of people to be safe. So I'd really like her on my zombie apocalypse team. And then I'd like Chase from Article 5 to be on my zombie apocalypse team. He is just like such a powerful, awesome character that can be violent when necessary, so I feel like he'd be great to have during a zombie apocalypse. And then, of course, I'm doing Katniss. The reason for Katniss isn't just because she's, like, strong and would be able to last long. As opposed to the other characters that I've chosen, she can really kill zombies at a long distance. And a bow and arrow is pretty quiet, so, like, it wouldn't attract more zombies like a gun would. So definitely Katniss. If I had to choose just one of these characters, it would probably be Katniss, because she's just great at surviving, and because she has a bow and arrow. Like, that would be awesome. And the final character, Day, from the Legend series. He's really powerful, he'd be great at killing zombies, but also, like, he has a big heart and wants to save other people and protect other people, so I feel like he would just, like, round up this whole team and be, like, the heart yet power of the team. So that would be my zombie apocalypse team. If you can't tell, I thought about this long and hard. I tried to do a balanced team. Each character has different skills that would help, and I guess, like, I'm the odd one out that doesn't really have skills that would help the team. Seriously. Yeah, I'd be the dud in the team. I would be the one that couldn't help anyone. But these 5 characters would definitely, like, get me to last long, and they definitely all survive pretty long in a zombie apocalypse. So this is all for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to me if you haven't already. If you would like to do the dystopian book tag, feel free to do it. I'll link all the questions down in the description below. My next video is coming out this Friday, so I hope you stick around to watch that one, and until next time, goodbye!